Muy bien, Rango. No, Rango sits. Muy bien, Lara. Lucy. Bruce sits. Vamos. Muy bien. Alright, I got my new thing kind of working better now. Like I said yesterday, it's a DJI Osmo. I got it on like a stick now, so I can put it further away from me. And if I move and rotate, it should rotate along with me, although it's I'm still getting used to it. Anyway, should look beautiful though, like the view and everything. So I don't know, I'm a perfectionist. I like everything to be as perfect as possible. Oh, it's lost me. So I gotta be careful how quickly I move my head, I guess. And with the sun, the lighting changing, it probably gets screwed up. But anyway, we'll see what happens. But so far so good with this Osmo. Beautiful morning here in Acapulco. I didn't even realize it till yesterday. But I did a video just a few days ago here on my personal channel called How I Quit Drinking and Will Never Drink Again, something like that. And I didn't think it was that big of a deal. You know, it's just another video I did. And, oh, what's going on? There we go. That's pretty cool. Rotate, rotate. Oh, it's really slow to rotate. Okay, so I gotta, when I move my arm, move real slow. I don't know why the HDR isn't working. I still gotta fool around with this thing. Alright, move it back here. So I didn't think it was anything all that special, just another video. It has over 60,000 views already. And this is my personal channel, which I didn't even tell anyone about until a couple days ago, really. And I've just been doing these walk and talk sort of videos. And that video's got more views than almost anything I've ever done on any of my other channels, which Dog Vigilante has 100,000 subscribers. Anarchast has, I think, 20,000. This personal channel has 6,000 now, but like a week ago it was like 2,000. Hang on, here comes some people, so I gotta get Jerry. Jerry! Oh, see, now it's going crazy. Jerry, Ben! Jerry! Just hang on. So the camera's looking for me right now. I don't know how to get it back to me. Oh, now it's totally screwed up. Hang on. Oh man, hopefully I'm not making you all dizzy. All right, so I can't move very fast or it'll lose me. But I wanted to grab Jerry before he starts barking to these people. Where is Jerry? See, I did it again. Jerry! Jerry, Ben! Jerry, Ben! Okay, he didn't bark at them, that's good. Buenos dias. Jerry! Jerry, Ben! You gonna go with them? Anyway, so hopefully I can get used to this camera. It's still searching for me. I guess with the lighting changes and everything, it gets kind of confused. Anyway, so really surprising that video. Oh, here comes Salu. Jerry loves Salu. That's his owner, our maid. He hasn't seen her yet. Once he sees her, he's gonna go crazy with happiness. Jerry, look, tienes aquí. Es Salu, Jerry. Yeah, there he goes. Now he gets all excited. Yeah. See if I can. Buenos dias. I'm trying to show. Yeah. Yeah, Jerry's gone crazy. Jerry loves our maid. Like, that's his. You can see he'll probably go with her, which would actually be good. He's too much trouble. Toma, Jerry. Yeah, take him. No, toma, Jerry, está bien. Porque él es un travieso. Yeah, he's gonna go with her. Okay, so that's good, because he's been a troublemaker this morning. Barely even got started on my video here yet, but yeah, so the alcohol thing really, and I saw so many comments. A lot of people were like, oh, I quit drinking because of this, and I needed to hear this. So it seems like it's a real issue with a lot of people. And not surprisingly, right? When you look at our cult, our culture, our society, it's everywhere. That is the drug. I actually think I did another video called "We Live in a Drug Addicted Cult." And it truly is. And I don't think people realize just how dangerous alcohol is, because just like with anything, if you get used to it, you just think it's kind of normal, right? But what if, you know, every day you see ads for crack cocaine, and everywhere you go, every party, everyone's doing crack. Everybody. Your parents, your grandparents, everybody. And sometimes they're getting into fights, but you just laugh. Oh, that's just the crack, right? See, that sounds funny. Sounds strange, right? Like, oh, that'd be a weird... This camera looks good when it's working. I like it. Alright. We don't have Jerry, so we should be alright. There's another person coming, but we should be okay now. But yeah, how would that, you know, what would you think of that, right? Sounds really strange. Or you go to a hockey game, everyone's doing crack. The players win after the game, they won the big championship, they all bust out the crack. Crack cocaine. That sounds strange, right? Well, that's basically what's happening in our cult. But you're just used to it. Buenos dias. And, oh, and after the hockey team loses in Vancouver, which is a crazy place, everyone is so high on crack that they destroy the entire city. But no one thinks much of it. Like, everyone did too much crack last night. But that's exactly what is going on. But they call it, the crack is just alcohol. But when I say just alcohol, but it's pretty much almost as bad as crack, or in many ways worse. You know, there's not many drugs I could think of that are actually a lot worse than alcohol. I actually haven't done crack, so I can't say. And I don't like to talk about anything I haven't done. Hang on, how do I get this? Gotta get it to track me. There we go. All right. Beautiful views. But yeah, I can't think of too many drugs worse than alcohol. I haven't done crack, and I don't like to talk about anything I haven't done. And you shouldn't either. Hate people that talk about shit they haven't done, like they know what they're talking about. Like, does no one see how stupid that sounds? It's like someone who hasn't skydived. They're like, you should never skydive. It's the craziest, most dangerous thing. And I'm not just talking stats, I'm talking like all this stuff can happen. It's like, well, have you ever done it? No. Well, I've done it like 1,000 times, and I'm telling you it's not that dangerous. Do you see how stupid that sounds? Well, that's how stupid everyone sounds when they talk about stuff they've never done. Stop it. Yeah, like, you can talk about it, like I am right now, but with the huge, huge disclaimer that you've never done it, so you don't really know. Because obviously the information you're going to get about it, just like everything, is usually going to be wrong. But, so anyway, alcohol. Yeah, I had 60,000 views already. It's probably going to be up over 100,000 this week or something. It's like gone pretty viral, you know, for a channel that no one even knew about like a week ago. So I figure, you know, as an anarcho-capitalist, as an entrepreneur, listen to what the market wants, do another video on alcohol, right? Obviously, that's what the market wants. So always do that. Always give the market what it wants. I think it lost me again here. Yeah, it's looking for me. I'm over here. See if it can find me. But so I think I'm going to turn around. Let's see if this works if I turn around. Oh yeah, it's got me. Woo. I'm up a little late again today. So I guess what I've realized not drinking on this last trip is that when I get back from trips, I'm not perfectly on my routine. I'm definitely I'm sleeping early. I'm just tired, I think, because I woke up around 8 this morning, which is a little late. So it's now like 9, I think. Anyway, so alcohol, crazy drug, but because it's so, someone just died, let's go to the funeral. Well, let's have some drinks at the funeral. Oh, someone just graduated, well, let's go have some drinks. It's constant. Bruce, no? Bruce? Buenos dias. Lucy? It's just everywhere. So people kind of forget how absolutely crazy and dangerous the drug is. Like I said, I don't think I can think of too many drugs that are a lot worse. I haven't done bath salts, I haven't done crack cocaine, I haven't done heroin, so I can't speak too much on those. Those sound pretty crazy, but I can't really speak on them. Marijuana is obviously way better. I've done that, of course. Actually, I'm trying to do more. I'm finding it's kind of, it helps in some ways. It helps do yoga, helps with some types of meditation, sometimes. And it's very healthy for you. Check out my Anarchast with Erica Harris if you want to know about that. So we actually need that. That's why we have cannabinoid, don't know how to pronounce it, receptors in our brain. It's because we actually need it for our health. That's part of the reason they made it all illegal. They're trying to make us sick and stupid. They're doing a really good job. Good job, globalists, satanic, elitists, whatever you are. Whatever you are, you guys do a really good job. Gotta give you props. Amazing. I can't believe how you've gotten away with most of the stuff you're doing. But yeah, I can't think of too many drugs worse than alcohol. Cocaine is an interesting one. It's almost nothing. It's almost like caffeine. But if you're doing it at a party and you do too much, you'll want to keep doing it until like it's 3 days later. That's kind of the weird, crazy part about cocaine. And so cocaine, I'd put it, it's kind of similar to alcohol. Sort of similar kind of bad level. Although I think I've seen a lot more people fighting on alcohol than on cocaine, but who knows? Anyway, cocaine, it's debatable if it's worse or better than alcohol. Then what else is there really? There's all these drugs that a lot of people do. Meth, right? They wouldn't be doing them if our cult wasn't so crazy and horrible and impoverish everybody and putting everyone in jail. Like, we live in an evil cult. And that's why a lot of people want to do anything they can to escape from it mentally. But if we had a decent world, like an anarchist world, for example, without government, without central banks, without war, without all this craziness, all these controlling, all these massive corporations that can do whatever they want, then no one would feel the need, like hardly anyone would feel the need to really do that. They'd be like, yeah, maybe I'll have smoke a little weed every now and then, get a little relaxed, get out of my head a little bit. But no, bath salts or meth, why would I ever do that? It's only if you're really that damaged and you live in such a damaged society that you really want to do something that extreme. So really, alcohol is like one of the worst, for sure, absolutely. And it seems like a lot of people have problems with it they don't really necessarily admit to all the time, because there's so many people commenting. I've had people private message me telling me thank you for putting out that thing on alcohol, it's going to help them to stop drinking. I guess a lot of people want to stop, or maybe they haven't quite admitted it to themselves they want to, but they're starting to realize it's a problem, even if they're not drinking every day. And I wasn't even drinking every day most of the time. I did for a period of time when I was super depressed, when all my businesses collapsed all at once and I went bankrupt basically 2 years ago. That's where you hear all this, I'm a scammer. Yeah, I was the one who got scammed for the most part. Other people did as well, but I also did. I probably wouldn't have fallen for it if I wasn't drinking at the time. I would have been a lot more aware of what was going on. So, learned my lesson big time. Life will always teach you some lessons. And that one was a huge one. And so it appears like a lot of people see this as an issue. And you know, you don't have to be like waking up in the gutter every morning to have a problem with alcohol. If you can't really enjoy yourself at parties without it, that's actually right there an indicator it's an issue. And it's so weird because that's what I used it for at the beginning so much, was social situations. And you know, it's funny going to some of these social situations without drinking and everyone else is drinking. Because you think, when you're drinking, it's really weird. When you're drinking and everyone else is drinking, it's sort of like when you're on the same vibe as everyone else. Everything seems really cool, right? And that's generally what happens. Everyone's on the same vibe, but that vibe is way lower. It's on a way lower vibration. Because if you go and you talk to these people, and everyone else is drinking and you're not, you realize, wow, these people, the stuff they're talking about isn't that interesting. It's kind of dumb. They're laughing at stuff that's just stupid. They kind of all seem like not really all there, vibrationally too. And it really does, it lowers your vibration. Follow me here. I think it's lost me. Yeah, it's got me back. Yeah, get over here. There we go. Okay, it moves really slow sometimes. It's pretty cool. I think this is gonna look great. It's a lot heavier, by the way. I'm getting like a arm workout, but that's all right. Nothing wrong with an arm workout. So yeah, it appears like a lot of people are sort of seeing the same issues that I'm seeing. And that's cool. So my biggest sort of issue was the same as almost everybody when I was seriously considering quitting drinking for good. I don't like to use that word quit, by the way, because that makes it sound like it's something I want to do and that's good for me, but I can't do it. You know, I quit. I'm a quitter. No, that's not the case. It wasn't good for me. It's not even something, if I think about it consciously, that I want to do. It's something that I ended up doing a lot out of habit and social convention in our cult. So I didn't quit, but I stopped. But one of the big things was, well, I can never enjoy, you know, I can't go to any hockey games anymore because I used to have a couple beers. Can't do that anymore, so I can't enjoy the hockey game. Wrong. I haven't gone to a hockey game yet, but I can tell you it's wrong. Well, I can't go to these conferences, a lot of parties and stuff. Wrong. I went to one. Actually, the first conference I went to was the Red Pill. So that was not a good first example because it was in Bozeman, Montana. This is not the nightlife capital of the world at all. Middle of nowhere, really. And there was really hardly any even women at the conference, which would get me kind of like, hey, maybe I should go out tonight. So I actually skipped there was a dinner, speaker's dinner. And I saw the menu. It was like ribs and steak and stuff. This is in Montana. So I was like, well, there's nothing there I can eat. I'm not drinking, so I could go have an apple juice or a glass of water and talk to some people, but I don't really feel like it, so I didn't go. I ended up working, doing some interviews with some people, some really good ones that I'm really happy with Anthem Blanchard and David Rodriguez, on Anarchast now. And just kept to my routine and felt great. But that wasn't a good example of a conference where everyone's drinking. The best example coming up is Freedom Fest, which will be in a couple weeks in Las Vegas. So I'm definitely not going to be drinking. Like, that's just like not even a thought now. It's over. I'm done. That nightmare is over. But it'd be interesting to see how if I want to go to any of these sort of get-togethers, these cocktail parties, receptions. Probably not. That's one of the things that I kind of realized is I don't really enjoy those things. But with the alcohol, it made it so I thought I was enjoying it. But it was a lie. And the next morning, I definitely wasn't enjoying it. And thinking about the stupid stuff I said and did, I definitely wasn't enjoying it. So But we'll see. Like, there's a lot of sort of get-togethers. Some people I definitely want to see at the conference. But yeah, that'll be sort of like a bit of an experiment for me to see, you know, just what I do at those sort of events now. But I don't have any issue at all. Like, one of the things after smoking especially, but even after stopping drinking, I've had a few people say, oh man, I feel so bad smoking or drinking right around you, you just quit. I'm like, don't feel bad at all. I couldn't care less. Like, it's gone. Like, I flipped the switch. For people, if you missed in my first video, just read the books, The Easy Way to Quit Smoking and The Easy Way to Control Alcohol by Alan Carr. Those, along with everything else I'm doing, and diet is important, because if you're not healthy, you're not going to be clean, your mind's not going to be working properly, then you won't be able to meditate, then you won't be able to get to this sort of space I'm in right now. So you got to do all that. I talked about that in my last video, the sort of progression of things you got to do that I did over 2 years to get to the space I'm in now. But yeah, it'd just be interesting to see what kind of things I do in those sort of situations. Yeah, it's kind of funny because thinking back, like, well, yeah, I used to go out to nightclubs and stuff a lot. Well, why did I do that? Because I wanted to meet girls. Okay. Well, there is other ways to meet girls. That's Sasha Day Game. Check him out. He talks about meeting girls in the daytime, not at bars. It's actually way better, way better. Like, this is a bit of advice to the younger guys out there. It's so much better, trust me. But it's not easy. You got to get over your shyness. You got to get over your confidence issues. But that's good. Get over those issues. That will make you such a better person. And yeah, it's going to be hard. Yeah, welcome to life. Don't take the easy way out. The easy way is actually the hard way. The easy way is have some drinks, and now you feel more relaxed. But now you're addicted, or at least dependent, on an insane thing that could eventually ruin your life. And probably will, in many ways. All because you didn't want to spend a few days working on yourself. You know, so the easy way is actually the hard way. Just remember that. But why else would I go out? That'd be it. I'm not a big music lover. I enjoy music at certain times when I'm working or whatever. But a lot of people say, I go to the clubs to listen to music. It's like, whoa, you're very different than me, because that's not why I go to bars. But, so why would I go? Well, that's the question. It was basically that, and there was no other reason I was going other than basically to get out and possibly meet some women. But the alcohol would make it seem like I was having a good time. I wasn't, but it would seem that way. And so yeah, don't even, if you're young, you haven't even got started in drinking, don't. Take my advice, do not. There's nothing good about it. If I would have just learnt the few things like I just talked about learning to be less shy, learning to be more comfortable in social situations, learning, getting more confidence in myself. If I would have just spent a few days or weeks learning that instead of taking the easy way out and drinking, man, I would have saved about $500,000 in my entire life. Some people may wonder about that number. Sounds like a lot. But you have to remember, I've gone out all across the world since I was in my mid-20s. I'm now 46, so for well over 20 years. I'd always go to the best clubs. The drinks would be like $30, or a bottle would be like $500. It'd be very common. I'd spend $500 to $1,000 in one night. Buying drinks for everybody, all that kind of stuff. So I'd only have to go out 500 times really to get up to that $500,000 level. So it might even be more than that. So yeah, I could have saved all that. I could have saved the wear and tear on my body, obviously. Although you can get that back, a lot of it, if you haven't damaged your liver too much. But still, it was not good. That's what actually led to my depression. A lot of it probably was how unhealthy I was. Um, so yeah, if I just took like a Sasha Day game sort of course, just learn, because it really is just a few days. I've seen it. I've seen his clients and stuff. Just learn how to talk to women on the street, which actually I can do now, but now I'm like 46. It took me like 20 years with alcohol. Without alcohol, it would have taken me like 2 weeks. All the time wasted. That's one thing you really learn. That's a lot of people who drink a lot. When they stop drinking, they're like, I have so much time now. It's totally true. It's totally true. And on top of that, I got so much energy with, it's not just the stopping drinking, it's everything else I've been doing. But with I got like, it seems like 6 extra hours in the day, it seems. It's not like I was even drinking every day before, but it just seems like I'm so on. And, you know, like in the past, I would, you know, have some drinks on the weekend or whatever. The weekend be a write-off. I'd probably spend all day Sunday just playing poker because I'm kind of not feeling like doing much. Just beat us out. But then on top of that, I have all this energy from my diet and everything. Intermittent fasting. I'm basically on raw vegan / fruitarian diet. By the way, if you haven't seen the movie, what's it called? What? Oh man, I forgot the name of it. What? It's a new one. It's on Netflix. I want to say What the Wait, but that's not it. If I remember it, well, I will remember when I get back. I'll try to put it in the links down below. Anyway, it's a movie. Really good. I just watched it last night. So I'm on basically vegan, fruitarian diet. Feeling amazing. Just like I'm getting like ripped. I'm waiting like I'm gonna wait another month or so before I take some photos. But I'm looking as good as I looked when I was like 23. My body. The only time I looked better is when I did steroids when I was around 23. But that was just for 6 weeks. It kind of screwed up my body quite a bit. But no, like that was one of the things too that a lot of people say, hey, Lucy, Lada, Ben. Lada, Ben. Let's see if my camera can. There we go. Lucy, Ben. Muy bien. I don't want my dogs to go ahead of me with that other dog down there. Forgot what I was going to say. Something about diet, I think. But oh yeah, when I quit, but not quit. I gotta stop using those words. See, that's all programming. When I stopped eating, stopped eating meat and dairy and all that, and even pasta, rice, bread, everything. I just went almost raw vegetarian and fruit. Holy cow. Letta. She's crazy. Oh yeah, when I started doing that, I said on Facebook, yeah, I'm gonna just eat raw vegetable and fruit, and like 80% of the people warned me that I'm gonna waste away, that I'm gonna die. Don't know what to tell you, but it's been at least a couple months, I think now, a month and a half, 2 months, maybe even more. I had one cheese pizza, which I still regret, in Las Vegas, especially after watching this movie about what dairy actually is. I really regret it now, but that was my one. Someone made a comment. They said, if the worst thing you did in Vegas was you had a vegetarian cheese pizza, like you did all right. And I agree with them because I've done much worse than that, believe me. I've disappeared for days in Vegas, showing up with my face covered in cocaine. So I did pretty good, not too bad. But yeah, a lot of people warned me about this diet. Well, thanks for the warnings, guys. Because without those warnings, you know, I wouldn't have be feeling so amazing right now. Thanks a lot. Because I don't listen to people. Because most people are idiots. They're not, I don't want to say idiots, but like they're programmed. And I was programmed too. So I'm also throwing myself into that bunch. I just have started to wake up to the program. Just starting. It's just starting. But they don't realize it. That's the crazy thing about brainwashing. No one knows they're brainwashed until they get out of the brainwashing. Turn this. There we go. I'm getting used to this. Boy, it moves slow. Come on. There we go. So on the alcohol thing, like, yeah, so why was I going to these clubs? You know what the crazy thing is? I used to actually like feel pretty good when I started drinking. That's how it gets you into it. You feel pretty good, right? You get that buzz. That goes away after a while, and then you just need to drink. And oh yeah, I used to go to the bars to meet women. And then after a period of time, I don't know, like 10 years, 15 years, I was going out to drink. And the women were like still there, so that was good, but that was not the main reason I was going out. So that's what happens. And you just don't even want to get going down that path because it does nothing good for you. There's nothing it does for you. Zero. And it's tricky. It's very tricky. Just like, imagine if our cult was doing crack cocaine. Everyone's doing it all. And you just started doing crack. And I'm trying to tell you, I'm like, hey guys, I've been doing crack for like 30 years and I just stopped. Don't even start. Don't even. You'd be like, okay, yeah, probably a good idea. But it sounds weird when I talk about alcohol that way, right? Like, oh, it's just one drink. Yeah, it's just one crack pipe. And then tomorrow it's going to be a little bit more. It might not happen really fast. It might be years. But you're going to be down that path. So why even start? Because it's not doing anything for you. Like whatever you think it's doing for you, it's not. And if you think it's helping you be more sociable, either don't go to social situations, which is a big thing that I'm not doing a lot anymore because I don't enjoy it. If I want to hang out with somebody, I'll hang out with them. Like I obviously have to go to some social events, especially having my own conference and stuff like that. So I will. But I won't be going to these things like every night. And I won't be hanging out at the bar every night, all night. There's no way. Because I don't enjoy it. Though I thought I was enjoying it with the alcohol, but I wasn't. I was numbing myself to how much I didn't enjoy it. Which is kind of crazy when you think about it. Oh, Bruce, no, Bruce Ben. That guy's got a broom and Bruce hates brooms. I think I made him with a broom once. So that's why all the kids who've been physically abused or even sexually abused when they're young, they end up doing it to other people too when they're older, unless they fix what happened through, years of counseling and meditation and all that kind of stuff. You just end up doing the same thing. It's really weird. So anyway, that's what happened to Bruce. He hates anyone with a broom now. Let's see if I can get him. Looks like he's not attacking the guy yet, so that's good. So the alcohol, just don't even do it. If I look back at all the things, all the time I wasted in bed and even just doing stupid stuff, and I know I've actually ruined super possibly amazing things by drinking. I was drinking when I was like 27, or no, almost 30, and I had a billionaire guy he just thought I was awesome. And we were flying around on his private jet, and he was working all the time, and he thought I was showing like I was like him, like entrepreneurial sort of a thing, which I had. But I was drinking so much and saying so much stupid stuff that after one trip, he never responded to me again. And I knew what I said, a lot of it. And I was like, oh man, I just lost like an amazing contact. Not just because he's a billionaire, but all the opportunities that he could have afforded me if I wanted. But he could see I would have just made a mess of him probably in the end. Like I probably would have done a good job of doing some stuff. And then eventually made a mess of it because I was drinking too much. So that's just one example looking back. Also, I think I'd be close to a billionaire right now probably if I never drank. So how's that for a loss? I'm not worth a lot right now. So I probably lost about $1 billion from drinking. Is that not reason enough? The cool thing is that I think everything in life is sort of for a reason. And I think I had to learn all these lessons. And man, have I learned a lot of lessons. And now I'm like, I'm on a different level. Like, if I really want to do something now, it's going to be scary. It's already getting a little scary. Like, I'm going to the next level on whatever I do. It's not even that important. It's not about the money or whatever. It's just about, I have passion. I want to, the Dollar Vigilante, I still have passion for that. I still want to push that. I love the crypto space. I love the anti-government angle, anti-central banks. I love fighting them. Not fighting, but, you know, exposing them and that sort of a thing. And anarchists still enjoy it. I actually didn't used to enjoy it that much. I actually enjoy it more now than ever, especially now that I'm not drinking. I used to drink while doing the interviews because I was so camera shy. Just look back at episode 1 if you want to see how bad it was. It was really bad. But after 300 of them, I'm pretty good now. So, and I've met so many amazing people through it, and I continue to do that. And it all ties into the Anarchapulco conference now, which is really cool. So cool having a conference like in the place where I spend a lot of time, and all the coolest people that I think are the coolest all come here once a year. That's pretty cool, right? And I'll be able to enjoy it. I didn't enjoy the first one. I was hammered the entire first one. That was when my businesses were all falling apart, so I was a mess. The second one, I actually wasn't drinking. I quit drinking at that time once, but I got dengue fever, so I was just like not all with it. And then this one, I drank most of it, so I didn't enjoy a lot of it. And I was in my room, kind of feeling sick a lot of the time, not throwing up, but like depressed. So that's kind of exciting that in 2018 I'll be able to enjoy it probably the first time. And it's way better. It's all way better. I fell for the brainwashing. I thought I couldn't enjoy anything without alcohol. Truth is, I couldn't enjoy anything with alcohol. It's a mind fuck. And I fell for it. So if I could fall for it, a lot of people probably can fall for it, and they probably are. How many marriages are ruined over alcohol? How many guys have lost their families, have lost their jobs? It's got to be, what, in the tens of millions? No one really talks about it because, of course, in our cult, that's all fine. Keep paying your taxes, keep drinking the alcohol, which has massive tax on it. And because you're drinking all that, you're not thinking. That's the way they want you. So yeah, really just don't even start with the alcohol if you're younger. I'll be telling my son this, he's 12. And it's a very drinking culture in Mexico. Although I have to say, they are way better with, when is this? They are way better with controlling it because they're not as unhappy. Like I rarely see, there is some, I've seen some, but it's very, very rare. You see a drunk Mexican person. Whereas if you go to the US and you go to any bar, everyone's drunk. It's because they've got like 4 hours after work to pay, after they're done paying all their taxes as slaves. They got 4 hours, then the bar closes at like 1 in the morning. So they're doing shots to try to numb themselves because they live in the land of the free. But here, it's a lot more relaxed. So, but still, I'm definitely going to be telling my son, I just not do it at all. I can't say because I didn't do it myself, but I think you'll have a way better life. I can't remember anything where alcohol improved the situation. So I think it's just a negative. And why even start with a negative? Why even start? Like, of course, try it if you want. I'm all for trying everything once, but keep in mind it's a very dangerous drug. So that's what I'll be telling him, and so I'm telling you, although a lot of you probably already know it. And if you don't know it, it is really, if you think about it. And if you're a drinker, you probably haven't watched this far because you're probably all angry. You're like, he's just he doesn't get it. It helps, you know, it's a good thing in my life. It's actually not, and you really can't this moment of clarity thing I think they talk about with alcohol. And one day some people drink, just have it, and I think I had it, the moment of clarity. It's like this thing was not helping me at all, and it was spending all my money, making me feel horrible, making me depressed, you know, causing major problems. My wife was not happy with the amount I was drinking at certain times. Caused business problems. Why would I ever do it again? So I'm off it for good. Like this is, it's not even a thought, and it won't be. Like, because I've got the brainwashing out now. Now I look at it, I'm like, I never want to touch that again. I'm so happy. I'm like, I still wake up every day and go, oh, I feel so good. I'm not hungover, and I don't have to drink. I'm so happy I don't have to drink. That's how I feel. So if you feel you want to get off of it and you're having problems, check out that book, The Easy Way to Control Alcohol. It is amazing. And if you have tried it and it has helped, put in the links down below. That's how you can help other people, because other people like to hear from other people that it worked. And so, as I say, pay it forward, and I'm doing it a little bit with my video here. Eso, my Lara. Muy bien. Look at your beautiful eyes. Look at your beautiful eyes. Muy bien, Rango. All right, y'all want to go home now, huh? Muy bien, Lucy. Muy bien, Bruce.